Anyway, this is a good. Okay. That's nice.
Cheers,
Johnny.
Let us know what you think about our new intro. I was walking in. Big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. We were thinking about what to talk about today. And one thing stuck with us from last week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was around drive, right? How are you driving? So it was the conversation of how versus how much. And we talked about, what was your segment on driving?
You know what I just thought of?
What did you think of?
And I've gotten to this mindset before, and I've talked to people about this. I wonder who is listening to this right now and is just like, oh, here we go with this corny, motivational.
Yeah.
And honestly, maybe think about, how are you driving? I'm just saying, how are you driving?
Yeah.
Maybe you need a little bit of this in your life. What a lot of people find corny maybe actually really works. And have you ever really applied the intentional work and effort of thinking daily on what you're doing, where you're going, how you're getting there? Yeah, I
like that. And I think at the end of the day,
charts.
if we can get anyone to start thinking about their life and things that they're doing and who they are doing for and why they are doing things, that's why we're here, right? We're trying to make an impact. So along the drive, right? Today's episode is all around what if you get tired of the drive, right? So we're on a drive. What if you get tired? What happens? So I want to dive into it.
Yeah, we'll dive.
Let's dive.
Well, say you're driving, right? You're doing the drive every day. You take your rest periods, your proper rest periods. Well, now you're at the point where you're just getting tired of the drive. You're getting tired of the oil changes, the tire rotations, filling up the gas, especially with the prices lately. All right, no? Nobody? All right. Anyway, yeah, you're getting tired of the monotony of it, which is a real thing.
Yeah.
I know it's easy.
Burnout.
It's easy to get burnt out when you're really especially if you're not seeing results, that delayed gratification, you're kind of wondering where's that gratification? Although there is gratification in the process.
There is. But sometimes it's hard to see that until you
It is, especially if you feel like you failed, but anyway, whatever the case may be, say you're driving and you're just, for some reason, you wake up and you don't feel like putting the keys in the ignition. And in all reality, it doesn't really matter how you're going to drive that day, as long as you're heading in the right direction and you're not giving into that complacency and laziness. It's half the battle. Actually, the majority of the battle is just getting out there and putting the freaking keys in there and starting the car.
That's the biggest part of the battle. Getting off the couch, right? Showing up to work when you don't feel like going to work. Going to a friend's house when you don't feel like going to a friend's house to have social time.
Dude, there's been so many practices that this is what I can relate it to. Of I don't want to go, and then you get in the car because you have to go. You know, in order to reach your destination, hit your goal, you have to go. You know it's your job. You don't feel like it. Forget your feelings. Honestly, done. Throw them out. Put them in the trash. Hang out with Oscar. Whatever. You like that one, buddy? All right.
Hold it out too.
Cool. Yeah. Just. Anyway. Some of those practices are incredible practices, and the hardest part about the practice wasn't pushing through the exhaustion, wasn't maybe getting beat up and going back for the next round. It was literally just putting the keys into the vehicle. That was it. And now I'm going literal, no more metaphor.
No, that's okay. And then that's true.
Yeah.
And then I think as we talk about our foundation and all these things that we're working on, essentially you can look at it like the analogy we continue to use, like your car. You're investing so much into your car, the new tires, right? The tint, the beautiful upgrades on your car, everything that you've got going on. Think of that of your body and yourself. You would then have this beautiful car in the driveway and you're not taking it out.
Yeah, from all of the success you've had. Yeah, you've made these upgrades already.
Doing all these investments.
Absolutely. And so what's the point of having this nice upgraded vehicle if it's just going to sit on the side of the road parked, right? Not going anywhere. And honestly, Johnny, you know what happens also? There's a lot of jobs and a lot of goals, and a lot of times when we have these goals and these big dreams, it's competitive, and that's the truth. There's other people that also want it. So when you park your upgraded vehicle on the side of the road, maybe here comes that 92 Honda Civic
that's working on itself, upgrading slowly
right?
but surely,
And depending on what your goal is, you may have a competitor. That day is the day that they're pushing. And it can go, honestly, I think about high school wrestling. those days, everybody shows up to practice. Do you want to be better than those kids the next year? How do you expect to be better than those kids next year when you're literally not doing anything in the off season and you're coming back to do exactly what you did last year, which is what they did last year, and now they're going to be doing the same exact thing as well. You need to get ahead of them. So in order to get ahead of them, you have to put in that extra effort, that not everybody wants to put in. But I think it's an honest, that's why I like fighting, and wrestling's amazing, but I don't want to get too off track. Sorry. Go ahead. What do you got?
I was going to say the mats don't lie.
That's where I was going. Yeah, that's where I was going. Mats don't lie. And that's gonna come. You're gonna see that. So you have to put in that extra work. So that day you don't feel like getting in the car and driving, that could be the day that other guy got in his car and kept it right on track. No traffic.
I think competition's good. Sometimes, like healthy competition, it's good. There is something about getting a fire lit under you, and like it can spark that energy, that competition factor. And it could be something as simple again, like I will play the work card, right? There's people at work that are inspiring you, or you're competing with others. Like that healthy competition is good.
Sometimes. If you're a business owner or in sales or whatever the case may be, whatever your role is in your job, that day you're not putting out flyers, you're not putting out signs, is the day that your competitor is. And maybe that's the day the big phone call comes in from a corporate company that needs 75 locations covered by your company. And you just missed out on that because you were too tired. There's days to rest. There's appropriate times to rest. At the end of the day, you should be going to bed tired. You should never go to bed with tons of energy, sitting in there, like thinking about what you could have done that day or what you're going to do the next day. You should go to bed exhausted from an accomplished day of hard work. Of course, we're going to fall short of that, and that's okay. Necessary adjustments, make those accordingly. So constant reflection, but constant drive. And how are you even going to learn what mistakes you're making if you're not driving?
That's a big.
You're not going to, if your car is parked on the side of the road, you're not going to learn. You're not going to get the experience that you need to even learn what mistakes you're going to make.
Yeah, I that's something like as I continue to grow and get older and all these different things, I continue to try to push myself, like make yourself a little uncomfortable, right? Pushing yourself into different things. And man, I failed numerous times with different things. But if you're not pushing yourself and going past it, then you're just being complacent.
Failure is a good, within reason.
Right, of course.
Failure is a good thing. As long as like what you're doing, like as long as the failure is good, like if it's morally acceptable, whatever your goal is, whatever you're going after, as long as that is good, failure is one of an incredible lesson. And sometimes we need that paradigm shift because sometimes we get way too caught up in failure. But I think a huge battle that I just wanted to touch on today was the days that you don't feel like it. Of course, you guys know feelings, they lie to you. They're not you. There's certain feelings we can enjoy and certain times to enjoy feelings, but your feelings aren't facts. They definitely don't hold power over you. Anything you want to add on?
Yeah, and I will say, like, I think it's important to not enable the leaving your car on the driveway thing, because it's on days that you're not feeling like it, especially if you kind of have an out, right? Like maybe you can skip work that day, or maybe it's an obligation with a friend that might just be like, let me just bail. I don't understand. To enable that could be easier. Right now, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm eating chips and I'm watching TV all day and I'm doing nothing productive. Versus the opposite of, hey, maybe I stand up, I do what I need to do. Now I'm eating healthy lunch. Now I'm going to the gym. I think it's easy, again, like we've talked about, to these bad habits to snowball. So to avoid that. And then same with the positivity. Yeah, that creates momentum, right?
Declare war in your mind. Like declare war on that thought, on that negativity. Ooh. Like honestly, like you need to hold yourself accountable. Declare war. Once you start saying, okay, not today. Today the keys don't go in the ignition. You just gave yourself permission to take a day off when you really weren't ready for a day off. Now all of a sudden, your whole paradigm shifted, right? Now it is acceptable to throw in the towel, or it's acceptable to take the day off, when really, in reality, you had so much gas in the tank. You had just had the brakes done, oil change, air filter. They got you when you got your oil change for the little add-on. You said, yeah, but whatever. Your car's fresh, ready to go. And here you are. It's
not like you needed maintenance.
Here you are giving yourself permission, not today. Rocky, one of the classic movie.
Rocky
There
Balboa.
is no tomorrow, Rock. There is no
Oh.
tomorrow. Today, right? And just push yourself past that moment. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Put
I
those
like that.
keys in the ignition.
Put those keys in the ignition. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bam.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in for another
you.
episode of the Jock Podcast.
Oh, right before it rained.
Right
Look at
before
that,
it
right on
rained.
cue.
Oh, maybe that's why the cat left.
Oh, maybe.
They're smart.
Smart
We
cat.
talk-